your platoon.
Wasted, Sarge.
And we will be too, sir, if we don't get the hell out of here.
You hit Marine?
No, sir.
Then listen up. Usually the good Lord works in mysterious ways, but not today. This here is 66 tons of straight-up, H-E-spewing divine intervention. If God is love, then you can call me Cupid.
What about that scarab?
We've all run the simulations. They're tough, but they ain't invincible. Stay with the Master Chief. He'll know what to do.
Yes, sir, Sergeant.
Thanks for the tank. He never gets me anything.
Oh, I know what the ladies like.
Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Geekin Out. I'm yours truly, the Nate Myster here. But audio my top 10 EU Star Wars wishlist, the Star Wars Legends EU wishlist. We've been trying to work this out for freaking weeks, and we're trying to get this rolling, guys. So, be prepared for some trouble, and it make it double. But hey, say hello to the Grand Admiral.
What was first just a dream has become a frightening reality for those who may oppose us.
Oh, I'm so excited, Nate. This is where the Thrawn was born, in the expanded universe. Timothy Zahn novels. Oh, such a fantastic wealth of lore from the comics, expanded universe books, before the prequels, in between the OT and the prequels, and even during and after the prequels for a little bit there before the Disney times. But so much good stuff out there. I welcome anybody to kind of follow along with like StarWarsFandom.com or Wikipedia, because there's like a whole novel in itself just talking about the characters we'll be touching on later tonight. So very exciting.
Oh yes, very exciting.
Most of them I kind of like from the comics, but there's some book stuff that I have as well. So, and then there's even crossover in between those. Now, this is mainly expanded universe stuff. It's not some of the video game stuff. That's going to be a separate top 10, right? So
oh yes,
there is kind of a crossing of the streams a little bit, but we're going to keep like mainly the video game specific characters to video game. Expanded universe from like comics, books, anything else to this stream. So,
but the thing is, a lot of what you see in the Filoniverse, he has taken from the expanded universe and brought it back to life. Like he's bringing back the lore from what kept Star Wars alive for years after Return of the Jedi. So you gotta thank the EU for keeping Star Wars afloat for years, because George wasn't doing anything. The only thing he was doing was the video games, right? And that's pretty much it for the most part. And then of course, Captain Kennedy coming in and saying there was no lore, there was nothing. I'm like, get out of here, get out of here.
Lies, deception. Well, see, she tried it her way, right? It didn't quite work out for her. So he had to bring in Filoni, and then he had to kind of fill in the gaps with some of these expanded universe, the greatest hits characters. So we might not be done seeing those, with Disney Star Wars going forward. I'm sure they'll be, they'll pick this guy or this guy to kind of fill in. Maybe Ahsoka Season 2 might have some of that. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, such an exciting time reading the novels, the comics, playing the video games as well. And we'll cover that in the video games. But so many cool characters and cool weapons and cool like machinery, war droids and stuff like that. Just it's like, oh, this was cool, but the way they did it in this comic run wasn't really incredible. So we'll touch on that in our top 10 here. You ready? Yeah. You ready, Nate?
I don't know. Hey, are you ready? Okay.
Oh, I've been ready. I've been ready. I know we could go on for hours and hours and hours, but we'll try to keep this somewhat concise as best as we can. So, yeah, let's start with my number 10.
Number 10.
How about Darth Krayt from the Star Wars Legacy comics? These comics went. The first run was 1 through 50 right? And that's a hell of a long time for a comic run. Because usually you see like comics go maybe 10 issues and then they reboot it to 1 again and stuff. No, this went 1 through 50, and then they even did like a little mini series to wrap it all up, 1 through 6. So, an excellent series, and this is the main bad guy for the series. It was really him and Cade Skywalker, who may be a list later down the road here. But Darth Krayt, he used to be a former Jedi, Acered Het, right? And then we were kind of wondering, when the series is going on, who is this guy? Like, when the run was going on, 1 through 50, like, who is this guy? We got to figure out who this is. A lot of people had a lot of thoughts and stuff, but eventually it was led to believe that this was a former Jedi that somehow survived throughout all these generations.
Okay, so there was a speculation. There was like theoryvilles and stuff about this guy.
Yeah, a lot of people was kind of wondering, like, who is this guy? Because he's kind of a mystery, and they're holding it back. So, but this guy, he formed like the true Sith, and it used to be like doing the rule of 2. But he started kind of a new way of doing things, and he led this whole army of Sith. It was a great run. And then his armor, he's got a Yuuzhan Vong armor, to where it's like a lot of horns and like organic material on him, which is very impressive. It's like a big, bulky, tall kind of dude, like Darth Malgus is. So I would like to see like a Darth Malgus like body used, and then I'd love to see all the armor here. And of course, he comes with like Force lightning, I would see with the figure, and then he just has one red lightsaber. But we'll talk a little bit more about him with Cade. They do kind of have a link a little bit later on.
Let's not forget about the throne, Thrawn. Look at this throne over here.
I would take another throne too. Yeah, I mean, we might get with Doomsday. We might get a Doom with throne. Maybe a Thrawn with throne. Maybe we might talk about that a little bit later. And then this, and maybe even like a Charles Xavier. I love the thrones. It's great for bad guys. So
yes,
love to see it.
All right.
Number 9.
Number 9. You ready for number 9? All right, let's go. Hey,
how about Ulic Queldroma? This is from the Tales of the Jedi comic book series. And he had quite an arc. He went from a good guy, and then having like a relationship with one of the other main women characters, Nomi Sunrider, who could have very well made this list as well.
Oh, wow.
But he had a brother, and then, they were all good guys, fought all these like evil, like Sith cult kind of thing. It wasn't like a huge Sith cult. It was just kind of like somebody behind the scenes kind of manipulating stuff, and they were able to overthrow that. And then he got poisoned at one point, and that was kind of his dive to the dark side in his arc. And then Exar had a confrontation with Exar Kun, one of the main characters in the Tales of the Jedi books. And then they were both kind of like drafted into the Sith like Lord line, and he became the apprentice to Exar Kun. So a lot of lore here, a lot of lore dropping, but he had a great arc in the comics, the Tales of the Jedi comics, where he became a good guy, turned to the dark side, was an apprentice, and led like a major Sith army towards the Jedi and Republic forces, and then eventually got defeated and kind of went into isolation. There was like a redemption arc he had in this comic series, and he got redeemed to the light side, like Obi-Wan, just before his death there. Went to a Force ghost. So it's quite a big arc there. You could do like the dark side version of Ulic like this, or you could do it like a light side Jedi one. I wouldn't mind either. I would love to see this. And I would love the Master Apprentice, like Exar Kun and Ulic together. And I might talk about Exar Kun later down the road here. So
okay. I remember Ulrich during my adventure days in the PS2 era with Attack of the Clones Star Wars, and it was mostly a vehicle-based game with light action with soldiers and what have you. So you have to defeat this great machine of the dark side, where it would just siphon the force out of planets, individuals, you name it. All right, it was just like a black hole before the force for force users, and just force in general. Like, you know, force is all over us, right? It binds us and brings the galaxy together. Shenanigans, right? So it would just take away life. And Ulrich Keldroma was one of the only Jedis that were able to defeat that machine. So Anakin Skywalker had to go and train with the Force Ghost of Ulrich Keldroma. Or I think it's a hologram, but I feel it's like a mixture of both a hologram and a Force Ghost, because it felt like he was really like alive, teaching Anakin Skywalker how to fight against this dark side machine, ancient relic of a bygone era that Count Dooku was trying to reactivate to destroy the Jedi. But yeah, that's how I got to know Ulrich Keldroma.
Yeah, great character. Had a huge arc, you know, a lot of good and then a lot of bad, and then a redemption arc there. So that is my number 9 pick. Let's go to number 8.
Number 8. Hey, the Bane.
How about Darth Bane? No, he's not a Batman villain. He is a Star Wars villain, and he kind of created that rule of 2, where the dark side continually got defeated, and he's like, hey, we need to be like behind the scenes manipulating events, and so it's going to be a master and apprentice. Now for figure form, he's got a huge presence, right? You know, he's a massive human being, and he would just have like the simple one lightsaber there. But then also later on, he got like into these beetle things. I don't know if it was kind of like the Mummy, you know, the first movie where he ran in these beetles, but they actually kind of like got onto him, but they like eat away at him. But he's able to fight them off with like the dark side, the dark presence in him.
Okay,
and that would be cool. Either way, if he has like that beetle shield, you know, armor or not, but obviously he should come with the cloak. I'm thinking like Darth Malgus size, right?
Okay. Darth Malgus is a big boy. He's a big boy.
Yeah, man. And so pretty simple figure, I would feel like, to make. And then of course he had these 3 books as well. I don't like the Disney interpretation where he looks like Shredder. You know, he's in all this samurai armor and stuff. It just doesn't look right. And so I love to see him with the big cloak, and if he comes with like that, you know, that beetle armor, so be it. But a really cool, formidable presence he had. He also was in comics as well. It was kind of like a comic storytelling, and then he had his own like books here, trilogy. So that's my number 8 pick. Let's go to number 7.
Number 7.
How about Grand Master Luke Skywalker?
Hey,
we've gotten all these other versions of like OT, the Mandalorian, where he's in all black, but I feel like he needs the proper Jedi attire, like Obi-Wan Kenobi had, the Jedi Order had. So I would love to see him. It's really kind of more of the old Ben, you know, old Ben Kenobi, kind of the darker robes instead of like the reddish ones he had in the prequels. So I'd like to see that dark brown. Very simple, right? I feel like this could be so easy for Hot Toys to do. Maybe just kind of... The Disney had the beard, right? And so I'd like to see a Luke without the beard, but like an older portrait of him. And then just throw on like those Obi-Wan Kenobi robes from A New Hope. Boom, there you go.
Looking for this? Wow. That's pretty cool. That is really good.
The greatest Jedi ever. Grandmaster Luke Skywalker.
And I love how he's keeping his original black suit up that he had in Return of the Jedi. You can see it right there, right under the rose right there, too. You can see it.
Yeah, because maybe he goes into stealth mode a little bit, right? Where he's got to like infiltrate or do a lot of traveling or something to where he's in some rough terrain. Just throw off the heavy cloak there.
Yeah.
And boom.
Looking for
There
this.
you go.
Yeah. No, good
All
stuff.
right.
Good stuff.
How about number 5 and 6?
Oh, double whammy.
I think we need some twins here, right? So Jason and Jaina solo. So important to like the legacy of our big OT characters. That kind of spanned quite a few novels to give it a lot of depth. And I mean, there's so many different characters that were after them early on. What was it, like the Emperor, the Reborn Emperor, Joris Sabath, the reborn or cloned, the cloned Jedi Master Joris Sabath from the Thrawn novels.
Yep.
And then eventually they grown into their own, and they were up to a lot of adventures, I would say, Young Jedi Knight novels and stuff. All this Yuzan Vong. Jason became really important in fighting the Yuzan Vong. And then eventually Jason went to the dark side. And then Jaina she was a well-known pilot, probably one of the best pilots like her dad was. And then she had to defeat Jason when he went to the dark side. So I would like both of them as Darth Caedus, yes. I would like both of them in like their maybe early 20 kind of look, right?
You wouldn't mind a 2-pack?
Oh, I'd love a 2-pack, yeah. Absolutely. And she could be in like her TIE Fighter pilot or Rebel pilot, New Republic pilot uniform. So she could have a pilot uniform or like a Jedi kind of simple outfit like this. That's probably what I'd like to see instead of her pilot outfit. I think Hasbro made her like in the Black Series in like a TIE Fighter uniform. But then Hasbro also made them like a little younger version of like these two kind of looks here. So very important characters they're very important to Luke, Leia, Han. Also there was Anakin Solo, as like the three solo kids.
The youngest. Yeah.
And then Ben Skywalker, he was Luke and Mara Jade's son. So they were up to all types of adventures and stuff like that. But I would love to see these two made to kind of add them to that legacy lineup with Han, Leia. And they would even go with those sequel figures that were made, right? Because you get an older Han, older Luke, older Leia there. So I think that'd be a great fit.
With this expansion of the Expanding Universe Legacy line or Legends line with Hot Toys, I wouldn't mind them going for Legends, Han Solo, Leia, Chewbacca. The sky's the limit with that.
Now you're talking my tune right there, for sure. Absolutely. Let's go down that Expanded Universe line.
Yes.
All right, number 4.
The
Cade Skywalker from the Legacy. I talked about him before with Darth Krayt, right? He's the main hero, but he's kind of like an anti-hero, went to the dark side, more of a pirate, space pirate kind of look when you first meet him in the Star Wars Legacy comics. And he's got the Mandalorian armor, the chest armor, right?
That's Mando, yep.
He's got like the gun in the holster, the blaster in the holster, and then he's got Vader pants and the trench coat. He's got a great look going, long blonde hair, and then a huge like shotgun kind of blaster going on there. So he's really got a great look, and the green lightsaber as well. So
Vader's green lightsaber. Look at that. That's a Vader-like lightsaber right there. Yeah, Vader's hilt.
I absolutely love this series to death. It's so awesome. It needs to be made in figure form. It just has a great look. That'll fit any Star Wars collection. So, and we've seen the Vader like undersuit made with like Nihilus. Was it Malgus? I think maybe even Revan has some of that like undersuit of like Vader, like the arms and the pants. So there you go. I think there's
Empire Luke. Yep.
Yes, Dark Empire Luke. So some of that easy material is already there to be made.
There's a lot of reuse. There's a lot of reuse, like the Mando guards here. You got the Nick Fury trench coat. You got Revan stuff over here with Vader stuff over. Yeah, it's a lot of reused parts here they can do for this character. You're right, with Hot Toys.
He's got such a cool look though, and this picture that I picked out, it doesn't have the best portrait of him, but it has this one's much better, like in the face. The facial features, it definitely looks more like a pirate dude that all the ladies want, right? So
the dirty gruff, yeah.
Definitely want to see this made in figure form. That is number 4 for me. It comes with like some healing force powers and stuff, so you can come with some, force lightning. It might be like a bright white or blue, because he's big with the self healing like force powers, and that's what Darth Krayt really wanted him for, was to help him heal him up, to extend his life.
Cade would be the strongest OP character in Star Wars history if he just wasn't a freaking death stick addict and alcoholic, because pretty much he's just continuously healing himself as he's consuming all these drugs. All right, it's crazy, but the thing is, he can sense everything about you and just heal you in a snap of a finger, or unsnap everything that keeps you alive, because he knows exactly how to heal you and how to take it away. The moment he sees you, he's like, snap. Oh, look at that. Oh,
don't do death sticks, kids. All right. Number 3.
Look at that.
How about XR Kun? Yeah, he was such a big deal in Tales of the Jedi, to where, he was just a regular like Padawan in training, but he wanted to learn more. He always wanted more. And then eventually that consumed him to the dark side, but he wanted to know those dark side ways. And eventually he found like Sith Holocron, got to learn it. And then he went to take out these like other Sith guys because he didn't want any competition. And he ran into Ulick Queldroma here. And then Marco Ragnaros is like, no. We need to team up here together, master and apprentice, and then take out all these Jedi and the Republic. It was like old Republic, back then. So old. It was just a great series. XR Kun was a great villain, and he had the first on scene double-bladed lightsaber, that was before Darth Maul. And so he was just a master lightsaber duelist. And just such a cool character, such an evil bad guy. And of course he didn't win. He eventually got overwhelmed by the light side. But then he turned himself into a Force ghost and then confronted Luke in his Jedi Academy and books later in continuity.
Yeah, in Yavin 4, yeah.
So just such a great presence in the comics. And then was referred to later on in the video games and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Old Republic game that's going on now, the MMO. Still referred to from that. And then I think even in the KOTOR stuff, I know Queldroma, you could find their robes and stuff, but I would love to see him with his double-bladed lightsaber and the tattoo on his face there. On his forehead, I mean.
That would be a nice little head sculpt there too. Like if they do kind of like what they did with our boy Doctor Strange, where they gave you 2 head sculpts, one with the eye, one without it. Yeah, I can see this with XR Kun bringing back double-bladed lightsabers back in fashion again, because it used to be a Dark Force user's blade. Like it used to be a Sith Lord's blade, a Sith blade, the double-bladed lightsaber. Then XR Kun found the holocron that was able to get the schematics going for double-bladed lightsaber. And then, of course, like you said, he was the very first Jedi to use double-bladed lightsaber and bring it back into fashion. And it got to the point where he just kept mastering it. Like he shortened the whole lightsaber to the point where he didn't want it longer. He wanted short enough to where he just comes in and starts wrecking fools. as fast as possible. The longer the blade, the slower time. He didn't want to spend time killing you. He wanted to jump in and take you out as fast as possible. And that's how he was trained. And I also like to say, though, like, if they ever did Exar Kun, like, early live actions of Star Wars, I would have loved to see the Green Ranger, Jason David Frank, to play the role, because he has this look to him. It looks like freaking Tommy from the Green Ranger, rest in peace. He has that look to him.
He does. It's kind of like that fallen hero kind of Jedi.
Yeah. And then, of course, Darth Maul took inspiration by Exar Kun. So if you ever want to know why Darth Maul had that double-bladed, thanks to Exar Kun. He took inspiration from that.
Number 2.
Hey!
It might be the Strawn guy, You might have seen him somewhere before. I kind of want more of like we got the sculpt from Ahsoka, right? From the actor, Lars Mikkelsen. But I would like more of, the comic, more of like the alpha male, evil-y looking Thrawn. Sideshow recently did a statue with both sculpts. So I'd like that kind of the new comic, looking sculpt.
Okay.
But I really want him with one of the Salamari, which is these little lizard guys that like create a force bubble in the force. So he wasn't affected by anybody with force powers. And then his chair, of course, that he's sitting in. He's so infamously well known for is sitting in that chair, plotting, scheming, figuring out, steps to defeat the New Republic. We got that with Sideshow many, many years ago. It wasn't super highly detailed, but it was cool for its time. And then Sideshow did the statue just recently, but I'd love to see a cool chair like Exo 6 kind of makes, to where it lights up in the panels and stuff like that. Maybe we might get something from Ahsoka Season 2 with that. I don't know. We'll see. But hopefully. I need a command chair, right? And then maybe you could put it with other Star Wars figures too. If they sell it separately, or he comes with Thrawn, you could take Thrawn out and put somebody else in. So I would love to see a command chair as well, for sure. So now I already have a Thrawn in the collection. They made Ahsoka. So he didn't make number 1, but he's going to be a close number 2 here for sure. But this number 1 character, I really much need in the collection. I think everybody across the board will think of that. So, but that's my number 2.
Number 2. Alrighty.
How about an honorable mention? Because we don't need to go to number 1 quite yet. But how about Lumaya, the Dark Lady, right? She's got a really cool, right off the bat, you see she's got a force whip. I think that would be super awesome in figure form.
Count Dooku's blade there. I could see this. This is reusable parts here. Yeah, I could see this.
And she used to be an Imperial agent and trying to get Luke and the rebels, but it didn't quite work out for her, like Vader. And then she had to get a bunch of cybernetics and stuff like that. Which is cool for Hot Toys, is that it's got a covered face a little bit. So you don't need a total like face sculpt. And she's got a lot of cool cybernetics going there, and a cape. And I would love to see that lightning whip. I think that would be so cool. I think it's very, very doable for Hot Toys to do something like this. So she was close to like Darth Krayt at number 10. So she has such a great look. Wow. So I'd had to fit her in here real quick.
Okay.
Number 1.
Hey!
How about Mara Jade, right? I think it's pretty obvious, like across the board. Everybody wants Mara Jade, right? So that would be like the number 1 expanded universe figure. Of course, I want Artisan with this. I think that'd be a great look. I like her first look. That she's more that like adventurous. What she's got here with the goggles, the scarf, her arms showing. and then the belt and her purple lightsaber. Now, she used to be the Emperor's hand, right? Tried to kill Luke at Jabba's palace. It didn't work out for her. Then she hated Luke, and then eventually her and Luke got together and then married, right? They got over that stuff. But then she came to an end when Darth Caedus killed her. But they did have a son, Ben Skywalker, her and Luke. Long story short there. But I think this look would be great with the purple lightsaber. And then the belt for just kind of that adventure look. I think that's really cool with the blaster as well. I just think she's got so much lore. She has the great look. She's Luke's wife. Totally needs to get made. Artisan for sure, 100%. So,
who would be your fan casting for this one if they ever decide to bring her into the Filoniverse?
Man, I don't know. Obviously, some hot redhead, right?
I think for the age range, I think we can flex Scarlett Johansson personally. If we can, I don't think she's a natural redhead, but she can rock it though. She has rocked the redhead before, so as we all know.
Well, we're in a different time frame too, to where it's like maybe they could get away from that. You know, it's not Luke's wife; it's just a Mara Jade, character out there. But just get me this look though from the expanded universe. I really want that. So hopefully it doesn't take Disney to do it, to where they have to make a character and then Hot Toys finally does it. Just go ahead and get this character out there from the expanded universe. Has such a great look. Hasbro's made I don't know, her like a handful of times. We've had so many different statues of her. Very much needed expanded universe character. So she definitely makes number one, no doubt about it. If Thrawn wasn't made though from Ahsoka, he would clearly be number one, but that scratch has been itched a little bit.
Yes.
So, but Mara Jade, she needs to get made for sure.
I agree. Wow, Grand Admiral, quite a list you got there, man. Wow.
Let's see what you got, Nate. Let's see if you can beat it.
Well, I know for a fact I'm going to be out of my damn mind with my list, as usual. My number 10. Grand Admiral, you ready? I don't think you're ready for this one.
Can we handle the awesomeness that you're about to unleash here?
Yes. All right. I know we keep talking about these damn crates. Let's bring in the real crate. The Crate Dragon as number 10, y'all. Come on now. Come on. Flex it.
I mean, we did get a dewback, right? We did get a Galactus, so not crazy.
Yep. The thing is with Crate Dragons, there's different variants of the Crate Dragons, especially in Star Wars lore. Like there's one with wings that you can see Plylosaurs over here, and then you got the Crate Dragon from the Old Republic, and then of course the Dune-like, worm-like Crate Dragon from Mandalorian. There's different variations of the Crate Dragon. I think we can try and get a smaller variant of the Crate Dragon to where it's, it's rideable, right? It's doable, right? Hell, there was even talks that the creature that Wolf had used in the animated show was a Crate Dragon-like creature / mythosaur. Like, it was rumored for years about that. So maybe, just maybe, we could get a Crate Dragon rocking from Hot Toys one day.
I do like the Knights of the Republic take, where it's kind of like a Komodo dragon kind of thing. It's not a flying dragon. It's not like the sandworm from Dune that spits acid. It's just like a straight up Komodo dragon in a cave. I really like that. Yeah. That would be my take on a Crate Dragon. So I feel like that could be possible in like a dewback. I know he's supposed to be really massive, but you never know these days. Interesting choice.
Never know. You never know, especially with the dewbacks and Galactuses and what have you. You never know. But all right, number 9, the Basilisk War Droid, the War Mech. I'm talking invading Mandalore from Mandalore space. I'm talking Raiden, Mandalore the Great, riding on a freaking Bastard War droid mech. Like, these things were crazy back in Old Republic. I'm telling you, over your planet filled with freaking flying basilisk war mechs, it's gone. It's dead. You say your butt goodbye. You better become a Mandalorian in the next 5 minutes, because it's about to get real painful real fast. These things were literally sentient war machines of the Mandalorians. Like, they weren't even their own technology. They just invaded another planet, took their technology, and like, okay, this is Mandalorian now. Okay, dude, everybody was Mandalorian after all this shenanigans, man, because they went to these Mandalorian crusades. It was crazy. And it got to the point where Darth Revan had to like excommunicado all the war mechs. I'm like, okay, look, I'm getting tired of your shenanigans, Mandalore the Great, Mandalore the Undoubtable, Mandalore whatever. I'm getting tired of this, Mandalore the Ultimate. I'm getting tired of your shenanigans. Put away your damn freaking mask and put away your damn freaking war machines, because I don't want another freaking crusade in the next 100,000 years. Okay, I don't want to see flying mechs. All right, these were pretty cool. These were very, very cool.
Clearly massive. I don't know if Hot Toys would do something this big.
It's a Hulkbuster. Look, it's a Hulkbuster.
They're getting away from making the vehicles, it seems like, quite a bit, but how cool would that be just to have a mount like that? Put your Mandalorian on there. How cool would Mandalorian Season 3 have been if they would have had these in here? So, absolutely a huge, massive war machine.
Look,
that would have been awesome.
Look at that Hulkbuster. I'm telling you, it's about the Hulkbuster size. I'm just saying, it is. It is a Hulkbuster size.
And the claws are cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just everything about it's really neat. So, really awesome in the comic. And then they actually made it in like toy form, but it was Star Wars miniatures. They made these, so really cool.
Yep.
I'll give it to you, like Hulkbuster ish. Yeah,
I think this is doable. That's why I put it in number 9, because I'm like, it's a possibility. It's a Hulkbuster. It pretty much as thick as one too. Look, there's a Hulkbuster variant color. Look at that. Come on. Tell you.
Trying to go big or go home. Apparently.
Yeah, I'm gonna go big and go home early. Yes, Thrawn. Yes. But all right, let's get to number 8. Number 8. I can't even remember what my number 8 is. The Yusong Vong, baby. That's what I'm talking about right there. The organic Tyranid Tau-like shenanigans from Eldritch Horror. The freaking Yusong Vong.
Little controversy, right? Because they didn't go over too well from another universe, right? And they used all like organic material for their ships and everything, but the story went on way, way long. You know, them trying to take over the galaxy. They even went into like the Star Wars Legacy comics too. They had a big influence on that as they went into Coruscant and all that. So that'd be cool, like a troop builder for sure for our expanded universe fans. Like just crazy demon looking villains. Yeah, just like an army troop builder warrior is what's needed. So yeah, that'd be cool. Good choice.
It was a lot of change with these, because to be fair, like they were pretty much hard to face off against, and they were brutal. They were really brutal. And I love the story that it made sense why Palpatine went go big or go home with his weapons, because he was preparing for the war against the Yusong Vong. He was preparing for that. That's why you had the Death Star. That's why you had the freaking Star Destroyers, because it was a contingency plan to deal with the Yusong Vong, because he knew they were coming. If you guys are familiar with the old lore, the Yusong Vong was the ultimate bad guy in the Star Wars universe coming into play, and Palpatine was preparing for that. Don't get me wrong, Palpatine is still a piece of shit after, taking out the Jedi and causing clone wars and what have you, but he had other plans, you see. He was like, yo, it's either I kill the Jedi or I get killed by the Yusong Vong. I gotta pick one. I kill the Jedi and I defeat the Yusong Vong. There you go.
And no like actor likeness, so it'd be kind of like a trooper, right? So
yeah.
I like the one with like a mouth open, screaming like that.
You know, I've been asking for Papa Howie to do more screaming sculpts for years, so that'd be cool. I wouldn't mind a screaming sculpt like the one right here. Let me see. There you go. Like, oh man, they're so grotesque. There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, scary. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, organic creatures, or they use organic machinery.
Kind of a little like that dark trooper from Ahsoka. The Death Trooper, right? That he had the zombie, he had the zombie mouth sculpt.
Mm-hmm.
Be something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. But all right. Enough with the Bonds. Let's go over to number 7. Yes, the Boba Fett Flight Pack. I think I still have this somewhere in my freaking collection. Number 7. This is possible. One, Papa Howie loves Boba Fett, right? He just does Boba Fett too much. And to be fair, I don't feel like too much. Give me more Boba Fett. Give me more Mandalorians. And give them the flight pack. The story about this one, too, which is crazy. It's kind of like how it's not Yusong. Kind of like how XR Kun, right, found the holocron for the lightsaber, right? The AA lightsaber. So Boba Fett found the schematics on their and the Mandalorian libraries, what have you. He found the schematics to this old Mandalorian Crusade technology, the freaking flight pack, the Mando flight pack. So look at that.
A lot going on there. Yeah, I had that toy at one point as well. Oh boy, that'd be a whole nother thing throwing that on Boba Fett.
Yep. Originally, it was like a laser. Originally, it was like a laser on top, and then he switched it up to his rocket pack on the back, right here.
Very possible. I mean, you're kind of like Hulkbuster-y territory, Robo-Kane kind of thing going on.
Robo-Kane, yeah. All right, number 7, y'all. Darth Talon. Mamacita over here. Darth Mama. Damn, dear Lord have mercy. What has happened here?
Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy. What is going on over here? Like, there's no damn way Papa Howie is going to drop us Darth Talon like this. You out of your damn freaking minds. But to be fair, I'll keep the face strong, especially for her. Oh, my favorite. This is my first time when I first learned about Darth Talon. It was under the Jedi Sith Encyclopedia book. And this was my first picture of her right here.
Yeah, a few characters between you and me that have made our top 10 lists from the Star Wars Legacy comic. She's got that like sexy Sith assassin kind of look going on there. And her and Cade had a few encounters as well, but she had such a great look that Lucas wanted to put her in his new trilogy as like Darth Maul was like,
oh yeah,
in the underground, and she was the apprentice because she had such a great look. But I think it'd be awesome for Hot Toys to make this because there's so many people that have like referred to her as like a really sexy Sith, character from Star Wars that just has a great look that a lot of people point out. I think it'd be awesome because it'd be another alien like Twi'lek, and then we still haven't got like Ayla Secura. So I would love to see more of these aliens made. The problem would be a lot of the tattoos, right? And you'd have to decide if you want to do seamless arms and legs and stuff like that. But you'd have to go, do you want just more of a statue-ish look? Or do you want all that articulation going on? But I would love this look right here, just like seamless everything.
Mm-hmm.
The elbows are covered up here, and then the knees are covered up, so that wouldn't be too bad. Just seamless shoulders right there.
Yeah, I could see this being a possible piece if they ever wanted to delve into it. I remember reading the lore way back that she was pretty much Form 4, I believe, or Form 6. I think it's Form 4. It's Master Yoda's lightsaber combat form. Asur, or I forget these names. but it's the lightsaber combat of Yoda that's able to just jump around with shenanigans, like, and keep up with precise moves with the jumping. If you thought Yoda was impressive and frightening, dude, can you see the sexy mama drama coming in with freaking acrobats and what have you, coming in just jumping around and just wiping the floor? This was Darth Crate's most impressive and strongest soldier of his Sith Academy of shenanigans, his Sith army. She was the strongest.
Does this get made first before Slave Leia?
Oh my god! Oh my god! It would. Honestly, to be fair, because of the shenanigans with Slave Leia, I guess Disney doesn't want to touch on that. Maybe Darth Talon. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I wouldn't mind a Darth Talon before Slave Leia. I know that people be mad, but I'm like, let's be reasonable here. But they're taking forever with Slave Leia. What if there is a freaking issue when it comes to bringing her into one of the most iconic badass looks? I wouldn't mind Darth Talon though.
Sounds good. I like it.
But all right, let's move on to number 5, and we all know who number 5 is. My boys, my ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the Grand Admiral. Yes, number freaking 5.
Wait, only number 5. It wasn't like top 2 at least.
So I wanted to put him in top 2. I wanted to, but the thing is, here's my case for it. Thrawn has already been done, so I wanted to put somebody else further in that hasn't been done yet. So that's at least put him number 5, because I would love a comic book version or a novelized version of Admiral Thrawn, right? In his famous Thrawn chair, and maybe a couple of the lizards too would be nice, right?
Yeah, I'm just curious what Ahsoka season 2 will do. If we'll kind of get the lizard or the chair, to kind of scratch the itch a little further, but I don't know. It's so easy, right? You kind of already have the blueprint for the whole outfit and everything. You can make a really cool command chair like this right here. And he's on almost gone, right? So he'll be cleared out, and we could get a really cool version like this. And I'd love to see like the holograms too, like he got here.
Yes.
Him plotting and learning and scheming. And
yeah.
Like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very much needed.
Oh yes, a command chair. They've done it before with the holograms with Kenobi. They could do something like that with him, and also we got to get Captain Paleon in the mix as well. Come on.
Oh yeah, his right-hand man.
Right-hand man. We got to get him someday, somewhere. So at least he's in the Filoni verse. So he's definitely coming through. And also, I think we are going to get the lizards in season 2 of Ahsoka, because he now knows that the Jedis are back in the universe after Order 66. So more than likely, he's going to have the lizards to help him, his Force shenanigans, what have you. Deflect the Force bubbles.
So you're saying he could recruit, some maybe Darksider guy.
Mm-hmm.
Or just have it to protect him against Ahsoka and stuff like that.
Yep, that's true. Yeah. But all right, guys. For number 4, we gotta bring in the reborn Darth Sidious, Palpatine. Okay, the proper clone, not that J.J. Abrams BS that J.J. Abrams took out of the freaking expanding universe, Dark Empire, Luke Skywalker storyline, just try to say Star Wars, but they couldn't nail the landing, of course. Yes, before that, Palpatine was a clone, a proper clone, a powerful clone that even made Luke Skywalker turn to the dark side because he couldn't figure out a way to beat him. And in order to do so, he had to give his allegiance to the new clone Palpatine, so he can learn his ways in order to defeat him in the process. But later on, Leia came in, and brought him back to the light side, and they both together defeated Palpatine.
Yeah, that was one of those really interesting comics, Dark Empire, that was very intriguing. A lot of interesting artwork for sure, like with the coloring and everything. It was really a little wacky, but it was such an interesting, intriguing story early on in the expanded universe time. But I would love to see that reborn Emperor. It just has I wouldn't even do like an Ian McDermott, look. I would just do like some strange, like alpha male kind of dark sider look to it. Yeah, that's kind of the artwork I was talking about. But that would be really cool. I think that's a great choice. Another bad guy to add to the list. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Just the Emperor, he's kind of like just that older version, Ian McDermott, right? Where he's not. It doesn't look like he's too flashy, even though he did flashy stuff against, Mace Windu. But that was such a cool look, along with Dark Empire Luke. You would get that Dark Empire, face off right there. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Remember, you always talking about accessory pieces, right? There you go, Dark Empire Luke accessory right here.
Yeah, and not very difficult to make, right? Just kind of in Sith robes, essentially, and then an interesting sculpt, and then a lightsaber done.
Also, get the Star Destroyer Eclipse as a hologram as well. Would be nice. His famous Super Star Destroyer with the Death Star laser, equipped. That would be cool.
Backdrop. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yep. I wouldn't mind them if they are able to get the original look that they were trying to do for Rise of Skywalker, which was one of the Doctor Who's actors was supposed to play the younger version of Palpatine. Matt Smith. Yeah, that would have been epic to see a young Palpatine as Matt. They can still do it. Matt Smith is still young. They can still bring in Matt Smith for Filoniverse to bring back a true clone of Palpatine.
Yeah, much younger version. And then a companion piece, right? You could get a Leia one. She came to his aid here, and then they both teamed up against the Emperor. Yep.
But all right, guys, we're getting down to the top threes, and I think you guys have an idea for number three. Number three, Darth Catus, Jason Solo.
That'd be an awesome look. Oh yeah,
the GOAT, bro, the freaking GOAT. Okay, I'm telling you, this is the dude that freaking became one in the Force in the living realm to defeat the Yuuzhan Vong. He became a freaking Super Saiyan, bro. It was just fantastic when that happened. It's just sad that he fell to the dark side because, after the Yuuzhan Vong, he proclaimed himself as the new Sith Lord in order to take over the Galactic Republic with the Second Silver War. It started all that shenanigans. Man, it was crazy, bro. Crazy times.
He just wanted to bring order to the universe, right? A
Mm-hmm.
lot of chaos happened with the Yuuzhan Vong, and he helped stop. But just like Ula Quell Droma that I talked about, it just, over time, it just gets seduced by the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that'd be really cool with the Sith eyes and everything. Yeah, another villain to add to the Sith shelf.
Oh,
Say that
another
3
thing too.
times fast.
I can't. But my my zips, my Nate speak, ain't gonna work out for me. No, but with the implementation of new reusable eyes and what have you, it's quite possible you can have the same head sculpt for a Jason Solo, but do the Darth Catus look with the switchable eyes.
That'd be awesome. Very much needed in the expanded universe Hot Toys lineup. So great pick.
Mm-hmm. I know people are like trying to figure out why I brought Kylo Ren here, because Kylo Ren is based off Jason Solo, a poor replica version of Jason Solo, but Jason Solo copy.
Yep, just like Rey was, Jaina, essentially. So they did pick from the expanded universe, and they just did it worse, right? So,
Of course, as usual. They've constantly shenanigans, purposes, and what have you. And there you go. There's my boy, Jason, becoming the one with the Force with the Super Saiyan level up right there, burning up the freaking Yusong Bong. Great times. Oh my god, the artwork from the Yusong Bong. Look at that. That's pretty cool.
Great choice.
Wow. Then of course the trio. As you know, Jason Solo did turn to the dark side. I think one of the reasons why is because he lost Chewbacca, spoiler alert, and then he also lost Anakin Solo, in the process of this war. So yeah, it wasn't too far from the realm of possibilities as to him turning to the dark side, because he lost a lot. So
very good choice.
And I always love this whole look of Han Solo becoming a Dark Force user. That's how I felt looking at Jason. Like, damn, what if Solo was a Dark Force user? A Sith Lord or a Jedi, because he had this young Han Solo to him, and with the Bespin Luke Skywalker outfit. Look at that. It's perfect. Look at that. Wow. That's beautiful. That is beautiful right there. Look at that. Damn. The what if universe. I'm going down nostalgia territory. Damn, just looking at this. Beautiful. All right. Number 2. Oh my god, the B-Wings. Oh, this is so cool. Okay. Number 2. Mandalore the Ultimate! Mandalore the Great! Mandalore the Preserver! Mandalore the Indomitable! I don't care! Give me all the Mandalores! Give it to me! All of them! Give me the HK-47s too! Oh my god, dear Lord have mercy. Dude! Oh my god, yes. Damn. Oh, what could have been Mando as Mandalore the Great. Oh my god. Oh, good times. Good times with Mandalore. Man.
You can always use more Mandalorians, right? And this guy looks super badass compared to many of the Mandalorians we've gotten already. So,
yeah.
Already starting off great. No, sculpt or anything, just a mask. And then
the cape.
A lot of like sashes and capes going on, and then the spear. Yeah, really great look.
Yep. I love this. I wouldn't mind some great Mandalore stuff. Like, he's a massive dude, so we could throw in Malgus body. We could throw in maybe if they wanted to go even further beyond, maybe a Thanos body, right? Like, this Mandalore the Great these Mandalores were freaking massive back in the Old Republic. Massive dudes.
Yeah, there's many different Mandalores, right? But this is the Mandalore the Ultimate that Revan eventually took down. So they were causing chaos across the galaxy.
The Crusades.
And then, the Jedi were like, we better not face off against them. And Revan's like, no, we got to, or we're all dead, essentially. So Revan went and faced him off and then went to the dark side,
Oh my god, look at the army builds over here. Look at all this. Look at the regular Mandos over here, man. I'm probably going to have to do 2 of each.
I think those are Neo Crusaders, I believe.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do 2 of each, because I can't do more than that, because that's too many. That's too many color variants. Dear Lord.
They have a way better look than the Mandalorians, like in season 3. These guys were like pure army, of Mandalorians.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to get into a conversation with you about the what if story we want to do for season 3 of Mandalorian. That show, that would be epic video, coming up, guys. So that'd be a nice little discussion with me and Thrawn.
For sure. Great pick.
All right. Number 1. Mama Jade!
It's got to be.
Yes. Damn. Yes. This has to become a thing. This has to be one of the top picks for Legends for Hot Toys to do. Papa Howie, come on, give us the Mara Jade. Give us a complimentary piece. Hell, this doesn't even need a accompaniment piece for Luke Skywalker. This could be your Sith shelf, like in front and center Sith shelf, because she was the Emperor's hand. So
yep, it's got to be artisan, right? She's got to have like that skin tight black, leather. I know Hot Toys would probably do pleather, but I'd want it full leather, outfit, and then of course like the goggles and the scarf she'd have, and other photos and stuff. But she is probably the number one, I would say, collectively from most people, that she definitely needs to get made for sure. And you can put her with all types of different Luke Skywalker figures.
Yeah, so, and the gang, you could put her with the Sith shelf. You could put her with Thrall. You could put her with Palpatine's, Vader, right? Yeah, the sky's the limit with it. You could put her with the Royal Guards over here in that corner right there too.
Yeah, so many different companion pieces. And then in the Thrawn trilogy, she was with Luke and R2. So you could put her with R2 and or Luke. So many different possibilities. Yep, was the Emperor's hand. So be a good choice too with the Emperor. Can't go wrong, right?
Yep, can't go wrong. This dude, Papa Howie, you got the sky's the limit over here with expanding universe and freaking Legends. All right, throw us some heavy hitters here. Mara freaking Jade.
Yeah, I mean, how much like publicity would you get for making her? I mean, there's so many people out there that know of her and her relationship with Luke. And you'd have to treat it like an artisan. I mean, we got Dark Empire Luke. We had an artisan and a sculpted. We can do the same thing here with Mara Jade for sure.
Yep. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for our top 10s, man. There's more of the spanning universe. Like we had to split it into 2 videos. This one, and now we got to do the top 10 video games at some point. So
I felt like this was I was looking forward to this the most out of all these, but I found it like the hardest to do because there's so much lore to these, like so much background, books, that where it's not just like a 2-hour movie about a character. It's so much more wealth in comics, video games, like a lot more storytelling time there. So it's really hard to kind of talk about it and give like the full picture of each of these characters. It was very difficult, I felt like, because there's so much to them. So, but it was a great time putting this list together. There was so many hard decisions to be made too, like this or that. And you got to be kind of realistic. Like I already got a Thrawn, so I kind of need Mara Jade number 1 for sure, instead of that Thrawn with chair.
Yes.
And then do you do like this bad guy Exar Kun over these other heroes? I already have a Luke, so he's down the list lower for Grandmaster Luke Skywalker. So it was difficult, that's for sure. And then I was like, I read these stories, but I don't remember some of these details. And then how do I spit it all out in a short amount of time for people? So yeah, very interesting video to make. So love to see these figures represented on the shelf in 1/6 form. I love 1/6. They've been in Hasbro figure form, Black Series. Was that like 6 inches? And then there's obviously been the 3/4 ones too, that a lot of these have been made. But I need that 1/6 representation, right?
Yeah, I've had enough play action with the 112s and the shorter scales. I want to rock with the big boys and go with the 1/6.
Yeah, the high quality. That's what I
higher qualities. Yeah. But all right, guys. Thank you guys for watching our top 10 shenanigans when it comes to the EU wish list for Hot Toys or Legends. Right. I'm hoping that Hot Toys has something cooking in the books for next year's lineup of Legends figures, because they keep dropping more. Let me know in the comments down below. What is your thoughts?
I don't know if anybody can beat my list, Nate. I'm not sure.
You're not sure about that? Oh, boy.
Yep. We'll see what they have to say in the comments.
We'll see. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Hit that like, comment, subscribe, hit that hype button. And thank you all for watching once again. And remember, we're just simple collectors trying to make our way in this freaking galaxy. And may the weapons with you always. Later, y'all.
Long live the Empire.
Today, victory is mine. Long live the Empire.